Hello. So today I am going to have a channeled message here, and this is going to assist you with decision making. So my intention as I go into this channeled message is decision making, helping with decision making. So let's just see what the divine has to say about that. Do you have a decision that you need to make? Well, let's see here. Keep in mind, there's going to be eyelid fluttering. If you get freaked out, just don't look at me. Maybe this is one of those videos that's better to be listened to rather than watched. Of course, that's totally up to you. Okay. When making decisions, we must make them from our heart space. Now, the easiest way that you can do this is to sit in silence by yourself for 2 minutes. After this meditation, this silent meditation where the focus essentially is nothing, it's not about your problem, it's not about what's going on, but where the focus is nothing, you are then going to ask yourself a series of questions about the decision that needs to be made. Now, this series of questions is going to be different depending on what decision it is that you have to be made. So you are going to think about these questions that you're going to ask ahead of time. You're going to write them down. So this could be things like potential outcomes of making this decision or whatever it happens to be. It could be the benefits of it. It could be the drawbacks of it. It could be anything that has to do with this particular decision and the effect that that decision that is made will end up having on your life. Now, the answer, I don't know, is not acceptable. So as you begin to ask yourself this series of questions after a 2-minute period of meditation. Now, the purpose of this meditation is to take your thinking mind away for a moment and to give yourself a break from this decision that needs to be made. Now, if you can put yourself into this meditative state for a couple of minutes, what you have done then is you have taken down boundaries that your conscious, subconscious mind has put up around the decision that needs to be made. So if you are in a repetitive loop about a decision that needs to be made, this is very, very important to take that couple of minutes with no thought. So for those of you who may find that that is difficult, you could do some type of guided meditation, perhaps taking your mind somewhere else for a 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And then when you are in that calm and very relaxed state, then you could ask yourself those determining questions that you have. So as you go through your list of decisions, there will be an immediate answer that comes to you, a yes or a no. So when the questions you are asking need to have an actual spoken out long answer, these are not the questions that we are going for. We are going for a yes or a no. And then when we have got that or answer, you then could elaborate more if you needed more details. But typically a decision that is being made really only requires a or answer. And so this process of that 2-minute state of meditation gets your brain into a different non-resistant frequency. And when we are in a non-resistant frequency, then we can make decisions from our heart center rather than our logic and our mind. So the heart center would be more of the intuitive center, and it is a more powerful energy that comes from our hearts. When a decision is made around our hearts, it is a more powerful, strengthening, powerful energy that comes from it. So if there is a decision that needs to be made, sit for 2 minutes in that meditative state and then ask yourself that series of questions. And now I also want you to know that any decisions that you make, if you were to think about it, everything that you do in your life, including the work, including the interactions that you have with friends, with family, with children, if you look at your entire life as everything that you are doing is a reflection of divine love, this will help to have a positive influence in your decision making, because you can add that to the list. Will I be able to express more divine love by making this decision? Will I be expressing less divine love by making this decision? This can be a very good guiding force in the decision-making process, because it all boils down to that. Now, we may already know that the most important thing in this life is love. It is the giving of it, and it is the receiving of it. Now, love comes in many forms, and as we focus on love, we can begin to see it in everything. We can see love in the trees and how they grow and they produce and they provide for us. We can see love in the animals. We can see how intentionally and purposefully and perfectly they were created, with every attention to detail for their survival and their comfort. Now, when we look at our life and everything that is in it as love, you could do this by even looking around your bedroom. Well, you have blankets on your bed. What a loving and wonderful thing that is, to have that nice, wonderful blanket that is just perfect comfort for you. This is a proof of divine love. You could go farther and you could think about, well, your blanket is on a bed. What a comfortable and wonderful, loving thing it is to have a bed. And you could see that even your bed is divine. How about the flooring that you are walking on? No matter what it happens to be, when you begin to focus on love and realize your clothes were made with love, right? They keep your body warm, depending on the material and the textures. They make you feel, a certain way when you wear them. Certain clothes can make you feel certain ways, and other clothes can make you feel other ways. And if you think about how comfortable, the most comfortable clothing that you have is, this is also, just like all of the things, is divine. It is made with love. Think about how you feel when you wear those comfortable clothes. So as you shift your focus in your life towards what it is that you love, you will find that there are so many more things that you can love than you could even imagine. And if you were to shift your focus into that love and realize that it's all divine love, perfect divine love, you could look at every item, everything that you have in your house, and you could know that it too was made with this perfect divine love. Now, I'm having an image of somebody's house not being in perfect working order, that perhaps there's holes in things, or perhaps that there is repairs that needs to be made. Now, this is also divine, because it gives you the opportunity for growth and improvement. Now, this is spiritual growth, because as you spiritually begin to grow, meaning that you are healing from past traumas, you will find that the things around you become more beautiful, because as you focus on them, you will find that there is just more divine love in all of the things around you. And so your environment will begin to change. Whether this is because you move out of that place, or whether it is because you start to make repairs, or whether it is because of something else, you will see proof of divine love in absolutely everything if you begin to look for it. Now, if you only focus on that, then that is what you are manifesting into your life. So if you ask yourself, what percent of heaven am I living in right now at this moment? What comes to mind? Okay, well, whatever percent it wasn't, that percent that was not, that has your focus throughout a day. So let's say, for example, you had 78% only living in heaven. Okay, well then you have 22% that is not. So you have 22% of your focus in a day on something that is not heavenly. So we reap as we sow. So 22% of your day is going out into the vibrational frequency, and it is being returned to you. You're going to keep getting it back. You're going to keep getting it back. So it does not matter what is currently happening in your life. This rule still applies. Now, I understand that we go through hard things in our life, that we can go through hard things in our life. I've been there. I've done that. I understand. A billion %. I get it. But if we stay stuck in that cycle, even indecision, even if we stay stuck in the cycle of indecision, it is depleting our energy. So if you were to think about in your day, let's say that you have this decision to make, and it is taking up 70% or 30% or 15% of your time every day, of your thoughts, of your energy. That's what I mean by time. As soon as it is taking up your energy, and are you accomplishing anything by thinking the same thing over and over? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? If you're asking yourself that question, you're asking the wrong question. You are asking a question that does not have an answer yet. And so you can keep asking somebody the same thing over and over and over and over again, but if they don't know, they won't know. It's not going to be helpful. But what is going to be happening in that time is all of that energy that they are wasting or that they are spending on that indecision is depleting from the total energy that they should have, which is why when there is a big looming decision, usually you don't feel very good and there is a stuck energy that is there. So the purpose is to shift the focus away from whatever decision needs to be made, and to even remove your energy completely from the decision that needs to be made. So something that also could be done is taking yourself out of the normal daily routine. So if you normally wake up, work out, or go to work, do this, do that, and in that time, all day long, you're thinking about this decision that needs to be made, and you're doing this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you have then become stuck, not because you're actually stuck. You never are. It is because of the way that you're thinking and your focus. There's always a way out. There's always a decision that could be made, because as soon as the decision is made, the pathway for that begins to open up. So if you ask yourself the correct questions, and you take yourself out of that normal routine, which doing that meditation can be very, very helpful, then you will begin to see that there is a decision that automatically just comes to you. Yes, no, whatever very first comes to you. Now, our decisions are based on the way that we want to feel. Every decision that we make, we think, if we make this decision, well, I'm going to then have this. I'm going to have this much money, so then I'm going to feel this way. If I make this decision, I'm going to have this, and so then I'm going to feel this way. So we are always going for the decision. So I want you to think about the feeling, because that's what you're really, truly after, that it is that you want. And so whatever feeling it is that you want, whatever it is that you're going for, whether this is, oh, I want to feel loved, I want to feel valuable, I want to, whatever decision it is that you are making, I want you to think about how it is that you want to feel, and then you can add that into your list of questions. If I make this decision, will I feel this way? If I make this decision, will I feel this way? And here is the thing of it. If you want to feel that way, any decision that you make is not going to make you feel that way. It comes from internal. It comes from you feeling that way, It's from a decision. It's from a choice that you make to feel that way. You know, a lot of people who have a lot of money say money don't buy happiness, doesn't buy happiness. They all say that. But sometimes, you know, we don't listen because maybe we haven't experienced that for ourselves. And so we think, well, they just don't know what they're talking about. And maybe we are making decisions to lead us to money because we think that it will bring us happiness. But the results are always the same. If you were happy without it, you'll be happy with it. It doesn't work the other way around. So the happiness, the joy, whatever feeling it is that you are after, if this is a decision that needs to be made, it's the feeling that we need to focus on first. And if you want to have more of that feeling, that's truly what it is that you're going after through your decision making, then sitting and meditating in that feeling every day will help shift your focus into that feeling more. And if you are not feeling that good feeling in your day, then you need to ask yourself why. What are the things that you are thinking about that are not allowing this happiness or this freedom or whatever it is that you want? What are the things that you're thinking about in your life that are stopping that? Because those things that are stopping that, they're thoughts, they are stopping the divine flow from being able to come into your life. And you need to heal these past traumas that are allowing you to think these negative things or to keep you in some type of repetitive loop. You need to stop thinking these things so that you can open up and have space and focus on the good, the joy, the contentment, the happiness, the freedom that it is that you want in your life, because as you focus on it, you will get more and more and more of it. So when making decisions, there are many factors that need to be taken into account. How will this affect other people? But one thing that you need to figure out, what it is that you truly want. So try on all of those different hats. Maybe you have a decision and you think it's either this or it's this, but maybe there's other avenues that are somewhere that are not as extreme as this or as this. Maybe there's more than one way to do things. But as you make decisions, if you keep the divine in mind and you think, will this honor me? Will this honor the divine? Will this create more love in the world, more happiness, more contentment? As you go through your list of things that you make about whatever decision it is that you need to be making, when you keep the worldview and the love of the divine in mind, then you will have your answer just flow to you quickly and easily. Your decision will be made, and it will feel easier than it's ever felt before. So, I hope that this has been helpful to you in decision making. And thank you guys for tuning in here today. It's always about 18 minutes, and now I made this hot tea, and it's not even going to be hot anymore. I do this every time. Ugh. Anyways, still delicious though. Blackberry raspberry tea. It's delicious. Anyways, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for being here with me. I love channeling these messages for you. Any suggestions, any comments, anything, please share them with me. I love you guys. I thank you so much for all of your support and all of your love, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.